And a new report, meanwhile, from Global Affairs Canada found a spike in suspicious online activity in the lead up to Alberta's election last spring. But the source of that suspicious activity may surprise you. The CBC's Catherine Tunney is with us to explain. Hi, Catherine.
Hello.
Tell us a bit more about what that report found.
Yeah, so it's a report, as you said, by the Rapid Response Mechanism team, which is housed in Global Affairs. We've known about this report for a long time. We finally got to see it today, and it's pointing to suspicious activity in the lead up to the Alberta election that happened earlier this year. And there seemed to be a spike in inauthentic activity, inauthentic accounts on social media that were spreading disinformation and talking about Alberta's specific concerns in the lead up to that election. Now, this team says that it looks like a lot of this came from domestic players, not foreign, and that they were a lot of the spike in accounts that were created were from supporters of the United Conservative Party. Now, I talked to government officials today. They were very clear today to stress that they don't think that the parties actually directed any of this, but it is telling that these camps where we're seeing these spike in inauthentic behavior online are linked or at least are supporting the UCP. They also noticed a lot of accounts were also tied to the People's Party of Canada, of course, a federal party. They noticed that there were lobbying groups who were spreading disinformation online as well in the lead up. However, officials wouldn't say exactly which companies or which lobbying groups were tied to this. Now, this group came out of the G7 in Charlevoix last year, and the goal is to monitor for trends online as we talk about disinformation and as we prepare for the fall federal election. And the whole point is to try to look out for it, to be able to stop it and to identify it, heading into a federal election.
Yeah, tell me a bit more about what it potentially means for the federal election. This is sort of, I guess when we first saw this report, it raises a bit of eyebrows because it's the first time almost in a domestic context with a provincial election that we've even heard of this kind of thing.
Yeah, a lot on the disinformation beat. When we talk about examples, you point to the U.S. federal election, you point to Brexit. Now we have an example of it happening in Canada. We had heard before, anyone that's been following the file, has heard that, it is happening. And there had already been concerns that it was going to be a domestic issue. Now, what this team that put out this report said is that what we're seeing a lot are domestic actors who are mimicking what we've seen in foreign interference cases. So they're taking a page from their playbooks, which is making it incredibly hard for teams to try to decide what is domestic and what is foreign. And that's kind of the message that they put out today. It wasn't all that rosy. They were really stressing that it's a mess online, basically, and that it's muddled, and it's going to be very hard to notice what is foreign and what is domestic as we head into the federal election. I also want to stress that the officials that we spoke to today also wanted to, were very clear that they don't think that in this case, in Alberta, that it actually swayed the election, which of course delivered a win for UCP leader Jason Kenney. They don't think a lot of the messaging, led people to vote a different way. But it's obviously concerning that we're seeing this spike, that there's suspicious activity happening online. And it was interesting, they actually chose Alberta to watch, because it was on the calendar earlier this year, but also because of there's issues that they know were going to be divisive, issues that are going to be divisive this fall, the pipeline, the carbon tax, and of course, conversations about climate change.
All right, thank you so much, Catherine. The CBC's Catherine Tunney with that update for us from Ottawa. Hi, I'm Vashi Capellos, host of Power in Politics. See more of our show by subscribing to the CBC News channel or click the link for another video. Thanks for watching.